Hi everybody, my name is Tiffany Schickling and I am doing my presentation today on Facebook has friendship limits. I got this idea from my topic 3 paper on relationships. What sparked my interest was the article from the New York Times called For Judges on Facebook, Facebook has friendship limits. I thought about this and I really thought about how I could apply this to how I could apply the same concept to doctors and teachers, so I decided to do a little bit of research and I'm going to present what I found. To give you a little bit of a preview quick, I will be talking about doctors should not be Facebook friends with their patients, and I will also be talking about teachers and professors should not be Facebook friends with their students. First, to start off with a few facts coming from the United Kingdom, 24 million people are active on Facebook in the United Kingdom, and 25% of people have a Twitter account in the UK. As for the United States, in the US, 57% of American adults use Facebook, and 73% of those are 13 to 17-year-olds. Worldwide, over 500 million users are on Facebook, meaning that is 1 in every 13 people on the earth, which is, I found that information from the Pew Research Center in 2014. First, starting to talk about doctors. Dr. Nazim's findings are, if you would trust your doctor with your life, could you be their Facebook friend? Being friends with doctors on Facebook creates uncomfortable situations, such as if you all of a sudden just ask your doctor randomly, how was your weekend? How was your family doing? What did you do over the weekend? Oh, I heard you went on vacation. Where did you go? Also, patient care can be compromised. This can lead to wrong diagnoses, meaning doctors can get distracted talking to patients about what they did, about if you were a friend with your doctor on Facebook about a post that you saw. It could lead them to being distracted and missing a sign or a symptom you might have. And also, patient care can be compromised in the sense that doctors can be too personally involved. This happens quite a bit in small towns. Um, I will give you my example in a few minutes about how I'm from a small town and how my relationship with my doctor is affected by that. Nazim's findings are doctors are bound by the General Medical Council, which states doctors should not mix social and professional relationships. Nazim quotes, social media can blur the boundaries between a doctor's professional and personal life and may change the nature of the relationship between a doctor and a patient. So the examples here, doctors are humans and they also make mistakes too, just like anybody else. So instead of going to the doctor and talking about why you're there, about what your symptoms are and why you're sick and why you're seeing them, you instead decide to talk about the barbecue you saw your doctor posted on their Facebook page and start talking about that and then get the doctor distracted and it takes away from the patient care. It puts the doctor in an awkward position because the focus is shifted away from the patient's needs. My example is am I too close with my doctor? I am from a town of about 3,000 people where my doctor also lives. She grew up in Medelia. I grew up in Medelia. Her whole family is from Medelia, and my whole family now goes to this doctor. So every time I go to the doctor, we always end up talking about the latest news of what happened in Medelia. It's such a small town that if something happens, everyone's going to know about it within the next day. So she always asks how I'm doing, how my family is doing. I always ask like how her family is doing, how our kids are doing, because her kids play with my nephew and I actually babysit her kids quite often. So that's kind of just food for thought of like thinking about, am I too close with my doctor? I want you to think about like, are you too close with your doctor? Are you also from a small town? Do you also get to talking about your personal life that really your doctor doesn't need to know about? Do you ask your doctor personal questions? And just kind of thinking about the whole concept like, am I too close with my doctor? In the eyes of the public, doctors are never really off duty. They have standards to appear and act professional at all times. Um, Patients should feel comfortable in sharing their personal information and their health with their doctors, but not their Facebook statuses. So This goes back to my example with my doctor is I am comfortable sharing any personal information about myself with her, but I am not Facebook friends with her, nor do I tell her anything I post on Facebook. So therefore, it kind of goes back to Nazim's thing of personal and professional boundaries, that a patient should be able to and should feel comfortable sharing anything personal about them, but should not tell their doctor what they posted on Facebook, show them selfies of themselves. Likewise, doctors should not do the same. Shefali Luthra, who gave a talk on NPR titled Why Your Doctor Won't Friend You on Facebook, she found that doctors are not ready to share vacation pictures and selfies with their patients. She also found that doctors are not ready to share intimate details about their lives to their patients, and it all goes back to the personal versus professional lives. Also, Luthra found the American College of Physicians and American Academy of Family Physicians are against communicating through Facebook. Now that I've talked about doctors and friending their patients on Facebook, next I'm going to talk about teachers friending students on Facebook. They coexist, they really relate to each other. So in the next few slides I'm going to talk about, I'm going to shift away from doctors, and I'm going to talk about why teachers and professors should not be Facebook friends with their students. So starting with teachers and professors, currently 90% of undergrad college students use Facebook, and 60% log in daily. I am definitely one of these. I am constantly on Facebook no matter where I am, whether I'm in class, whether I'm at work, whether I'm walking on campus, whether I'm in the car with somebody. I am constantly always checking Facebook on my Twitter account. This leads to the concept of teachers wear many hats. So does a student really need to see what their teacher did over the weekend, where they went on vacation, what they did with their spouse or significant other? It leads to teachers need lives outside of school. They don't need their students seeing what they did, seeing what they post, seeing selfies of them, seeing selfies of their teachers. Leading to policies. School boards have rules and policies against teachers befriending students. Medelia Public Schools is one of them. When I was back in high school, about almost 5 years ago now, I requested to be friends with many of my teachers, and I got a message saying that there are policies in our school board book about teachers cannot friend students while they're in high school, but they can friend students after they graduate. So now I'm actually friends with about 90% of my old teachers, and we actually communicate about weekly about how college is going. I also utilize Facebook to ask them basic questions, especially my English teacher. I asked them basic questions about a paper. I actually have a lot of my old high school teachers proofread my papers when time, given the time, if I have time to have them proofread. But the bottom line is teachers should not be friends with their students. Teachers need to be mentors, role models, and guides for our children. According to the Pew Research study, 95% of teens are online, and 81% of those use social media. Jennifer Beaver, a teacher at South Carolina Virtual Charter School, says students need to be taught the difference between personal and professional digital communication, meaning they need to learn a time and place of communicating with teachers and professors, and being one of their students is not a time and place. And this also relates to back to doctors about patients need to know the difference too between personal and professional digital communication. Personal communication would be going to the doctor, talking about them while they're there, and digital communication would be talking to them through Facebook, which is frowned upon. So what does this all mean? Doctors should not be friends with their patients because care can be compromised. Either a wrong diagnosis is given or a doctor becomes too personally involved, and leading to the attention is shifted away from the patient of why they actually went to the doctor in the first place. Also, teachers need to have lives outside of school. Students do not need to know what their teacher did over the weekend, who they spent their weekend with, where they went on vacation, nor do students need to see selfies of their teachers on social media. It all leads to the basic principle of personal versus professional boundaries. Doctors and teachers need and have the right to have lives away from their patients and students. Here are my references that I found all my information on for my Topic 3 paper, and additional information that I found for this presentation. And then here are the references for the pictures that I inserted in the presentation. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Have a great day and have a great rest of the semester. Thank you.